Welcome to the Belladona Hotel. Please meet our lovely team.
Belladona is a 34-star hotel located in the city center. Its main market segments are business, leisure, tour, contract, large groups, and small groups. Belladona has 250 guest rooms, 50 premium, and 200 standard, one restaurant, a conference event space for up to 200 people, a bay exercise room, a small pool, and an outdoor recreation area. Its main services are free parking, a national and international telephone service, laundry and dry cleaning, room service, and guest rooms with digital entertainment. Belladona's performance at the beginning of the year has shown that the average booking pace has decreased from year to year, and the occupancy index is below fair market share, indicating that the occupancy rate is lower than what it should actually be. And the ADR index demonstrates that the hotel's rate is above the competition. However, the low occupancy impacts negatively on the hotel's performance, resulting in a RevPAR index lower than its actual fair share. Moreover, the channel demand patterns for the following year is expected to follow the same patterns as last year, in which the demand of almost every rate relies mostly on direct bookings with the brand, while GDS channels are the most relevant for premium rates demand and OTA for both bar standard and promotion. Belladonna is currently operating in a market that has shown a steady performance decline over the last 2 years, with significant reductions in occupancy and gross operating profit. This unfavorable environment is due to a soft economy with increased competition from other cities that has caused difficulty in obtaining finance and credit living companies unable to make proper refurbishment for the property. However, there are developments in 3 key areas which are opportunities for Belladonna to take advantage of for a better business performance this year: economy, market area, and property. For the economy, there are 4 of the key economic indicators on the rise: retail sales, job growth, energy, and equities. For the market area, government tax incentives have attracted major companies to move into the area. There is an increase in agreements that allow more planes arriving to the area. There are new conference centers that will be open during the year, and the collaborative from Tourism Authority and Hotel Association has elevated the promotional budget for leisure travels. And third, for the property, there will be replacement reserve funds available for immediate use to the improvement of the value of the hotel, which will be filled with 5% of the hotel's previous month's revenue. The annual plan for Belladonna will be focused on achieving and maintaining an above fair market room share and an ADR that is higher or equal to that of the competition, and to generate annual gross operating profit of more than 25% and a return of investment of more than 10%. Which will be achieved by offering additional value in quality, facilities, and services through the refurbishment of the property that has not been renovated since its opening, and the focus on attracting corporate business and leisure travelers through the proper tailored market mix. Belladonna will be focused on a customer value-based pricing, which takes into account the customer's perspective on value, as well as considering the current competition pricing. Likewise, it will acknowledge the estimated reservation cost per distribution channel, which for direct is $10, GDS 15%, OTA 20%, and 35% wholesale per room night.
Hotel Belladonna ended the year with a year-to-date revenue of $11,765,974 and a GOP percentage of 44.34%. The highest GOP percentage throughout the year was observed in August with 55.1%. The net profit was $2,013,669, which is 17.03% of revenue. This figure is relatively high, since hotels normally have a profit margin of about 5%. The highest revenue contribution was by bar, which was 27.28%, the lowest by package, which was 4.07%. The total amount of rooms that were sold throughout the year were 55,635, with August having the highest number of rooms sold and January having the lowest number of rooms sold. The total weekday occupancy lies at 63.51%. The weekend occupancy overall is 53.58%. On weekdays, the highest number of rooms sold was at bar rate, the lowest at package rate. Premium had the highest ADR and contract the lowest. For every rate except tour, most rooms were sold over direct. For tour, most were sold over wholesale. On weekdays, the highest number of rooms sold was at bar, the lowest at qualified rate. The ADR stayed the same, with premium having the highest and contracted the lowest. All rates, except for bar, package and tour, were sold over direct most. For bar and package, most rooms were sold over GDS. For tour again, most rooms were sold over wholesale. In the first quarter, we added all of our facilities. In January, we added the retail shop, travel and tour desk, guest room intranet, foreign exchange, minibar food and beverage, concierge, express check-in, turn-on service, and music and entertainment. In February, we added valet parking and lobby kiosk. Unfortunately, we did not have the budget to purchase any more facilities for the rest of the 3 quarters. We decided not to take any of the RFPs offered, purposefully making prices high so we would not be chosen. We decided that they were not profitable for our hotel, as we seemed to do much better without them.
Throughout our revenue simulation, we consistently priced our weekend rates above our weekday rates. This worked up until July, when we still had similar occupancy on both weekdays and weekends. However, in August, we saw our weekend occupancy fall and then plummet much lower in September, reaching 40% occupancy. On hindsight, we should have just paid closer attention to our weekend occupancy and noticed it decreasing slightly in August and adjusted our rates to attract more guests on the weekend to increase occupancy, and then perhaps we would not have seen such a dramatic fall in September. Looking at our bar standard rates and taking this as an example, the majority of the time our hotel had the lowest price compared to our competitors, or our prices were below or similar to the average. When comparing this statement to our occupancy of the year, we observe that when our rates are above the average, our occupancy tends to fall, which may be due to a combination of seasonality and our changing price strategy. We also noticed that on our price value chart, we consistently maintained higher quality compared to our competitors, but our price was always much lower than theirs. As a result, we increased our prices more steeply to match the corresponding high value that our hotel had achieved. Yet, this may have had a negative effect on our occupancy, as seen by the dramatic fall in occupancy from July to September. When comparing the revenue and occupancy graphs, we can observe that they follow the exact same pattern, gradually increasing and peaking from June to August and then falling rapidly. This is indicative of a trend of seasonality, where we should have decreased our prices as business slowed down. For the first few months, our net profit was a small percentage of our revenue, as we struggled to cover our costs. However, our net profit greatly improved over time. From March to August, the occupancy index was above the baseline, indicating that during these months, the Belladona had a higher occupancy compared to our competitors. However, in the non-peak months, the Belladona was below the baseline, although we attribute the sudden drop from August to September to our changing pricing strategy. Our low occupancy in January indicates to us that our prices were too high compared to the services and facilities that we were providing. We therefore adapted our strategy, letting our ADR fall below the baseline to increase our occupancy, but still increasing our prices slightly over the months as we invested our money into increasing our value through contract cleaning and services, soft goods redo and renovations. Our prices started to increase further, surpassing the baseline from September. However, we believe this, in combination with the end of the season, may have negatively affected our occupancy rate. We increased our prices more slowly over the rest of the year, which was met by slight increases in occupancy, even though our hotel was in its off-peak period.
For the first time, we decided to invest in different activities and services that we thought would add value to the Belladona, such as restaurant cleaning and front desk redos. This was expected to attract business demand who would generate revenue and increase service quality. We were aiming to keep the investment of refurbishments and keep the quality of services steady throughout the whole year whilst implementing new facilities, which we managed to do up to the extent our revenue allowed us to. In comparison to similar investments implemented by other hotels in the market, our services and facilities maintain an overall high quality throughout the 4 quarters. For general distribution, channel management, and marketing, we were aiming to always have more input in direct bookings since the reservation costs are lower. Besides that, we tried to attract more people by investing more in different market options, until we realized that we were interpreting the numbers in an erroneous way and changed the direction we were going to allow us a better positioning. As seen on the previous tables, the Belladona Hotel managed to have the average of all KPIs at the end of the year above or at 1, meaning that it got its fair share of the market. While some indicators didn't show any improvement throughout the year, such as the rate efficiency, in other areas the hotel did raise their indicators from Q1 to Q2 and managed to keep them in similar range throughout Q3. The ARR was the only market index that we managed to improve during the last quarter, probably because by then we got a better handle of how to calculate our idea ADR. We believe that the increased MPI during Q2 is due to our increase in marketing for that quarter. We managed to reach a broader scope of potential customers and thus increase the MPI. The drops in the MPI from Q2 to Q4 can also be a result of the decrease in marketing expenditure compared to the previous quarters. Despite the constant improvements from Q2 to Q3, during Q4 we could see some drops in the indexes. This might be due to the fact that we failed to adapt to the trends that were seen in the market, the season, and that our funds were no longer able to keep up with the quality level we were aiming to have in our facilities. Overall, our best quarter, seen from a market indicator's point of view, was Q3. All indicators were maintained at a similar or higher level in comparison to the quarters and to our competitors.
Upon our analysis, the team has brought up with several short and long-term suggestions to increase hotel revenue and guest satisfactions. First, according to Rental and Leases income statement, our retail shop by 55.93% and travel and tour desk by 37.29% has ranked the highest revenues. To improve on this, we would bring more diverse options for our customers at the retail shop by collaborating with local artists. Second, for revenue from other departments, guest room entertainment by $445,000 and guest room internet by $200,000 have reached highest revenue apart from the rooms. For our short-term recommendations, we suggest to develop various range of guest room entertainment services provided to our guests. For example, because we accept number of large group guests, we will adapt various children channels and video games for families with kids. Third, considering the seasonality, we have seen a slow decrease of guests from October to January and slow rise from February to August. To increase the occupancy rate during the low season, during the winter, we will decrease the ADR. And now for the long-term recommendations. Hotel Belladona was complemented by guests with effective marketing strategy and strong market presence. However, some refurbishments and facilities ranked low compared to other competitor hotels. For example, for our standard guest room and restaurant has scored low refurbishment level compared to other hotels. As for our long-term recommendation, we would like to improve on the standard rooms and restaurant by borrowing loan due to lack of capital at the moment. Also, analyzing the customer segmentation, we have found that the large group guests were the second greatest revenue-driving customer segment. To attract more larger group guests, we plan to collaborate with travel agency and create a package tour targeted for large group guests. Thank you for listening.